Hey guys, Dan with Sterling Self-Defense here. A bunch of people have been asking me questions about the patrol carbine. There's other guys out there, trying to sell them for a ton of money and trying to say that out of the box they're 65 to 70 joules. That's ridiculous because all this is a patrol carbine, which is nothing but an FSC upper painted yellow. Here is an FSC silver. Same exact thing, no difference whatsoever. See, they use, in the patrol carbine, they don't use the TCP upper because I don't have a TCP in front of me, but the back of a TCP, well, the sides are clipped off, so you can't get screws in to hold the rear ASA, and there's no air channel in it. So for the patrol carbine, they need an air channel because they're using rear ASA, HPA, or CO2. So it's called the Pepperball patrol carbine, but it's just an FSC. That's all it is. You can look at it, exactly the same. No difference whatsoever. And we all know that a stock FSC out of the box, this one has a longer barrel, but out of the box with no modifications, barely hits 300 FPS with 8 gram. It is what it is. It's just, that's really stretching it. So to say this thing can get 65 to 75 joules like they're saying is ridiculous. There's no chance in that ever happening. I have this one. Well, here's the. We'll show you this is the regulator that came out of the patrol carbine. Here's the regulator that came out of the FSC. They're exactly the same. The only difference is the plugged O-ring on the top, and that's just because this one has mag-fed CO2, and that's where the air comes out when you have rear ASA fed. So with the other FSC, if you want to have a rear ASA, you just take out that plug and put a regular O-ring in. But they're completely identical. There's no difference in them whatsoever. They're exactly the same. Same springs, same spring pads, same everything. There's no difference. So all this is an FSC with your T10 kit, which is this, that goes on your gun. It allows it to hold a rail. And it's even got a first strike handguard. This is painted yellow, but if you were to scratch this off right here, you would see first strike right there. This is a first strike handguard. So almost everything on this thing is first strike. There's really nothing Pepperball except for the paint. There is one difference though. They're using a VKS bolt head, not the whole air chamber. Air chambers are exactly the same as the FSC. But if you look at the chamfer on the top of the patrol carbine, it's a little less. This is the same one they use for the VKS. The one they use for the FSC is a little more. I actually find I get way more power. If you watch my videos, you'll see I get way more power of the FSC than I do the VKS. Even though I came up with a new mod to get much more power out of the VKS, I'm up to like 109 joules, but still, FSC, we know, I get crazy insane numbers. That helps a little bit. Doesn't do a lot. That little chamfer is not doing that much. I don't know why they put it on the patrol carbine. They probably just had some more bolts than they do FSC bolts. So that's the only thing they really did change on it, besides the paint. And the only other difference is the barrel. I forget what size this is. Let's measure it real quick. Use my old school wooden measurement. Alright. So it is 12 3/4 inches, the barrel. So I did a prior video on the patrol carbine. If you guys saw it, I shot it stock. It was terrible. I couldn't even get over 300. You saw that. It was terrible stock. Ridiculous. And those guys were saying it gets from 65 to 75 joules is insane because I wasn't even getting 30 joules out of it. And that's actually surprising with this long barrel. I should have been over 300 with the 12.5-inch barrel. So I was really surprised with that, if you see from the video. So I pulled it all apart, and I put one of my VKS PRV delete kits in it, and it brought the power up quite a bit, and got it. I forget exactly what it was shooting. I'll put it up on the screen when I go back and look at it. But I got it shooting better, but still, nothing great for that length of a barrel. 12.5-inch barrel, I should have got a lot more power. So actually, I'm going to put it all back together. And yeah, I still got the right kit in it. I got the VKS sear spring in there, and I got the VKS solid spring pad in there, and I'm using the VKS bolt spring. So I'm going to throw it back together, and I'm going to put one of my new barrels in it. One of my new steel detent barrels. So it'll still have steel detents in my, but a 686 bore, one of my barrels. And we'll see what kind of power we get out of it then. That's one thing I didn't try. I didn't change the barrel at all last time I messed with this. Last time I touched it was the last time I did that video. So I just wanted to explain the differences between the FSC and the Patrol carbine, which there are no differences. It's just painted yellow. Like I build the truck carbine, you guys have probably seen it. It's the exact same thing. That's why I never really cared about the Patrol carbine much, because, for the price, it's not really worth it. And it's just an FSC with a T10 kit. You can build yourself in a 7-inch handguard. Why have it yellow and have to pay more for it? It's just a waste of time. Plus, being a dealer, I'm not allowed to sell the Patrol carbine in the continental United States. Now, Pepperball Hawaii, they're the ones you can get it through. That's not actually Pepperball. It's called Pepperball Hawaii, but it's AB Distributors. They're just a distributor for Pepperball. And they took advantage of the wording in their contract that the Patrol carbine cannot be sold in the continental United States. They're in Hawaii. They're not part of the continent. So they started selling it, and they got away with it. But being a dealer, if I were to sell you guys this, I would lose my dealership with First Strike and Pepperball, and they would sue me. That's why you don't see any real dealers actually selling these, because we're not allowed to. We sell them, we'll be in court. We sign our contracts that we will not sell these to regular people. I could sell them to police or military, but I cannot sell them to the general public. No, they cannot be sold to the general public in the continental United States. But if you're part of the general public, you can buy them from outside of the continental United States and have it shipped in, and apparently that's okay. But, it is what it is. Silly wording, but it is what it is. So, all right, guys, I'm going to throw this all back together. So you guys know how an FSC goes together, so you don't need to see that. I'm going to pop it back together, and then we'll test fire it back with, the regular 12.5-inch Pepperball barrel with the steel detents. Then we will try an SSD barrel. I don't know if I have a 12.5. I'll probably get a 12, but we'll see how my barrels stack up against this one. I'm guessing they do pretty good, because they do pretty good against pretty much everything, as long as you're using, the rounds that we all use. All right, I will see you back in a couple minutes. Let me throw this together. All right, guys, we are back with the Patrol carbine. Got her all put back together. Got the tank in there. All right, we got the tank set at 1,000 PSI, like I've been doing and recommending for many years. I don't recommend any higher than 1,000. 1,100 ran into a lot of problem with bolts and stuff. 1,000's been perfect. I've been using it for like 3 years now. No problems. So that's what I think the best pressure is. And that's what's coming close to your guns, your mag feeding CO2. The usual pressure in CO2, say around 75, 80 degrees, is around 1,000 PSI. Hotter it gets, higher CO2 gets. But 1,000 I think is good, and that's what I'm working with. So, all right, we got it back together. The Patrol carbine, it's got the PRV Delete VKS spring kit in it. The stock 12.5-inch barrel. I'm going to load her up with 8-gram joules and see what we got. All right. I'm shooting over my tanks, but that's the safest thing in the world, but oh well. All right. first shot. 388. 370. 376. I gotta fix my trap again. I keep getting, you know what, let me take that screw out. There's a screw sticking up in the back, it keeps catching on. I mean to take it out and I keep forgetting. So I'm going to take it out. Alright, so this is now modified. Still not getting anywhere near the joules they say it gets. 370. 366. 378. Still way under. 368. 366. Alright, now we're going to change barrels out and reload. Oh, it was the last round. I counted correctly. Alright, here's the SSD new metal detent barrel. I guess I got metal detents in there. I don't have that long of a barrel made. This one's about a little over an inch shorter. So my barrel is shorter, and I'm betting I still get higher power out of it. So this one has the advantage of being longer. 1 inch makes a big deal in power, which we know. Let me give the actual numbers. All right, stock one is 12 3/4. Mine is 11 3/4. So a whole inch, 1 inch difference. So I don't have any other barrel. I'm selling barrels like crazy. Now they got them back in stock. They're going out like crazy. All right, so put this barrel in. It's sitting right to the end. Actually, look really good with a suppressor at that. So let me just load up. Joules. Same old 8-gram joules. So the barrel in there is just a Lapco barrel. Smooth bore stock comes with, well, Lapco makes all First Strikes and Pepperball barrels. So it's a smooth bore. It's around 686, maybe a little bigger, 687. Mine is 686 smooth bore SSD. All right, we're ready to shoot. Glasses are on, air's on, safety's off. Follower. No. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I'm going to overclick this barrel. I forgot. Remember T8.1, that extra clip I put in the barrel so you can use them in T8.1s. I want to make sure I didn't do that. Yeah, I can't see nothing. I think I got my glasses on, but I don't. Alright, there we go. We're good. There's no mag fed on, there's no hopper fed on the Patrol carbine, so nothing to think about. Alright. 396. my shorter SSD barrel, smoking Lapco barrel. 398 by a lot, and my barrel is shorter. And it also has steel detents. 400. 1 inch shorter. 414. 432. Should have changed that stock O-ring while it was in there. There goes that tank. But anyway, wow. Huge difference. Not a big difference in size of the barrel. Woo-hoo. Unbelievable. So the SSD barrels, steel detents, 1 inch shorter. So much better. Huge difference. And my trap, ugh. My new trap that I designed, ballistic nylon and Kevlar, it's getting destroyed. Look at the big hole down the center of it. That's supposed to be stronger than the last one I used. But I've been putting so many rounds through it, testing the new guns. The SD-15, I don't know, I'm probably 1,500 rounds through that one now. But it's taking a toll. I'm gonna have to find some stronger material because it's not holding up. All right, we'll look for something, but like I said, a certain power, there's not much gonna stop anything. So, it is what it is. All right, so that's the Patrol carbine. The true actual numbers. I end up getting the higher numbers out of it, but that's, you know, with the better barrel and the VKS PRV Delete kit. But stock, there's no way, you know, doesn't get good numbers, especially that barrel, not a great barrel in it at all. You know, so those people saying they get 65 to 75 joules, insane, never gonna happen, not even close in a million years. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. I will, don't forget, oh yeah, coming up end of the month, got the John Wick FSC going out free to, just gonna pick out one of my subscribers, but you gotta be subscribed, so don't just watch the video, subscribe to them so you can actually win it. All right, so I'll be picking that out at the end of the month. I'll put a picture of it up at some point. I haven't even built it yet, but I'm gonna build a nice one just for that. So that's it for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.